too. Now, if it was some little skinny
that makes
ass
perfect
dude,
sense.
some little skinny ass dude with the whole army, you like,
hold up. So you said Samson was built more like Bruce Lee?
Shit, probably Snoop.
So, hold up, dude. I swear we on a roll. Samson was built like Snoop.
Probably, man. Might not be as tall, but definitely about that skinny.
Right.
Snoop skinny as a motherfucker too. You saw the verses.
Dude, man. Have you seen the motherfucking the memes that they have been creating, dude? They did like somebody did like, remember the commercials when we were little, the greatest hits, and then all the songs would just flood the screen and go down? Like, they did one of those, and it was like a old like Mexican whatever, and it was when Snoop was like kind of doing that little. I was like, yo, man. In so many ways, Snoop reminds me of my other brother. Like he do.
DJ.
Yeah, bro. Like in certain ways, he just does, dude. That's why a lot of times when I see Snoop, and I think when he says certain shit, the way he cusses, I'm like, I felt that. I grew up with that, bro.
The fuck,
like,
man.
Yeah, dude. Like when like even like nephew, like every time I hear him say that, I hear DJ, bro. I'm like, what the hell? Well, what we're gonna do, bro? I've already hit record. We're just gonna start, and we're gonna keep going about our day. So like,
you gonna play the music?
Yeah, we're gonna. We're gonna make this shit work. That's what we're gonna do. So, yeah. Yes, y'all. You are now tuned into the Melodrama Podcast, episode number 37. I go by the name of Speak Easy. Right now, I'm joined by just Big Trip, my big bro.
What up?
So, yeah.
I think JG fighting deer again.
JG is probably somewhere fighting deer.
Did the Bucks win yesterday?
Is somewhere literally like Justin Timberlake in the woods. So me and my bro Trip, we're gonna hold it down.
Dima out there trying to relive. They out there trying to relive Adam and Eve and shit.
Man, yeah, dude.
Playing Tarzan.
Dima out there wearing a leaf tank top. What the fuck? He out there wearing a leaf tank top.
Running around the woods with a spear.
Oh man, gluten-free camping. That's what Dima is doing. So he will not be on it's in 29s today.
Man, because everybody with him is a vegetarian, right?
I think vegan actually.
Ooh.
So that's even more. You know what I'm saying? So
they
shit.
Eating like for real leaves.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you, like, I mean,
nuts and berries.
You go to the counter, like, so what can I have? What do you want, sir? Can I get the double fried ice water?
Can I get the maple leaf burger?
Man, I'm trying to tell you. Can I get the twice baked imagination sandwich, please?
Hey, if he go fishing, then he ain't got to share.
No, he doesn't. And that's the cool thing, though. That's what bro always says. Like, yo, the cool thing about living with vegans is like I get to have all the steak. That's what he always said. So I'm like, you know what, fam? I'm not even mad at you.
All the steak, all the chicken.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't never got to come home and worry about nobody ate your shit.
Yeah. Bro, so honestly, so we got a lot of, I wrote a lot of different topics down, just a bunch of crazy shit. So we're just going to dive in. The first one I wanted to talk about, so like, there's this episode, and I don't know how big of a Married with Children fan you were, but I was a big Married with Children fan. So there's this episode on Married with Children where Al comes home and he's trying to tell Peg about this song. And he's like, he heard the song, and she was like, yo, what did it sound like? Like, she's like, yo, baby, like, what did it sound like? He's like, him, and like, She's like, I have no idea. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Oh, Peg. It's like him, and then like he goes through the whole show trying to figure out what the fuck this song is. Nobody understands him. Nobody believes him. Then he's like completely pissed off. And he's inside a shoe store because, he sells shoes and shit. And then the song comes on. And it was like, go with him. I was like, holy shit, I get it. So like, I had my own, what I call him moment. And I was hanging out. This was like last summer. So I'm hanging out with my lady and I'm hanging out with her family, and we're playing like Settlers of Catan or some shit like that. That just really intense, like board game, right? But somebody else is DJing, and they're like just playing really dope music, and then the song comes on, and it was so dope. It was old John B. And I was like, damn, so dope. I gotta remember this. Well, I think I had, was it whiskey that day? Or was it was either whiskey or Ciroc that day. And I was really saucy, but I'm like, I'm gonna remember. I might not remember shit else about this day, but I'm gonna remember this song. So the next day, I'm like, yo, I'm talking to my lady. I'm like, what's the name of the song? I was like, the song they was playing yesterday. I told you I was gonna remember. She's like, what was it? I was like, She was like, huh? So just me doing that. Do you know what John B song that is?
No.
See, that's my. So it took me about 4 weeks.
But how do how would you expect anybody to know the song because you hummed like a couple segments of a melody?
I just won't do it live on the podcast because I don't want to completely embarrass myself. But like, bro, when I was trying to explain it to my lady, bro, like I was going like I was literally going, because I thought I had nailed it. Like I thought I had this perfect. So I'm going to turn up the volume and I'm going to fast forward to the part of the song. Let's see. All right, and now here comes what I was just trying to do. Do you remember this song now?
No.
What?
I really wasn't a John B fan though.
You were not a John B, bro. You were not a John B fan. We literally went to school with John B. His name was Shane.
Yeah, but that Shane's so dope.
What'd you say?
That Shane's so dope.
Oh, I just thought he liked to dress like other dudes.
Thought he liked to dress like a dope dealer.
So
and had a Camaro with rims in the system.
But you know what? He escalated like really, really smoothly. His transition into whatever he was doing, it was really smooth because he was always super cool. And I liked that whenever he got to that level, when he was doing whatever he was doing, he like never changed. He was the same dude.
Because I think he was always doing it. I think he was just quiet. Like Shane was quiet.
Word. Well, that makes sense.
He ain't getting to no arguments with nobody. He changed.
Well, God bless him wherever he is. I don't know, whatever he's doing. So, what's your him song? What song? What song had you been like trying to explain to somebody like, yo, this shit's so fucking dope, and you tried to explain it and they didn't get it?
I don't think I have one.
You don't think you have one? You'll just like Shazam. What song is this? And then
like I've gotten to the habit where like if I'm trying to remember a song, I pretty much I'll just save it on like my whatever streaming app I'm using at that time, like right away.
Okay. See, now it took me, I had to go through this lesson to understand that. Because I swear, bro, it took me seriously a good 4.5 weeks. And one day I got it. I was like, aha. I was leaving my house. I stopped in the middle of me driving immediately and saved the song.
But you didn't know any other words?
Dude, I didn't know any words.
Because the other thing I do is like I just type in like the parts that I remember and then type in like the artist name on Google.
I did know the part when he was singing when he was singing "Finally Got You Right Here." That's the only part I knew. I was like, I'm like, "Finally got you right here." She's like,
and then I would have typed that in on Google, and then I would have typed in John B.
See it, yeah. I guess it took me 4.5 weeks to do that shit too, because that's exactly. I'm like, okay, finally got you right here, John B. And then I was like, oh my God, that's it. So yeah. So shout out to John B. I'm sure he's somewhere chilling. He's one of those for me. Like you said, you're not a big John B fan. He had
like a couple like major hits.
Yeah.
That's what I listened to. I never bought the album or listened to the whole album. Like, I can honestly say, because that was like that high school era for us. And
yeah.
I can honestly say I didn't listen to much R&B then. And if I did, it was probably like older R&B or maybe like Shy or Jodeci. But like I was like Snoop, Tupac.
Oh, for sure.
Just really like hardcore rap, like Scarface, Ice Cube, all that shit. Like really, that's
albums that came out around that time too. So yeah, I feel you. So speaking of, since you mentioned it, we're gonna jump around a few different places, but we may as well talk about it. The versus battle, bro. Like Snoop versus DMX. It happened. I watched it. I thought this shit was really, really dope. And I guess what I didn't ask you before, or I didn't put in like the pre-production, is who do you think won the battle? And I'm using.
I never really care. Like I don't really give a fuck about because how do you gauge who won? Like there's no point system.
It's not. It's literally just you play a song, I play a song. Whoever plays the best song gets that point for that round, so to speak.
Right, but so like how like are they just like so they just pre-choose the songs?
Well, I think you have
because it's not something where like they're responding because
they are. See, that's what I'm saying.
No, they're not, because if you look at maybe in the old format, then they were because they were playing their own songs. But in this new format, I didn't see Snoop push a button on the song.
No, Snoop. So this is how it goes. Like, and I can't say that it's the same way for everybody. I think versus how they do it is different. Pretty much is almost like if this was Speakeasy versus yada yada yada. I would not choose my own 20 songs. I would consult with you. You would have all of your songs. So we would have put together maybe 40 songs. We know which ones that are absolutely are going to play, but we also know that, okay, when so-and-so plays this, we're going to counterpunch with that. So there was some of those where they counterpunched. And actually, I don't know if you watched the Jada versus Fab one.
No, I didn't.
So if you watch the Jada versus Fab one, it's a perfect example of what I'm trying to speak to, because Jada was like, no, I see you keep trying to play girl records. I'm going to keep hitting you with this gangster shit. So like Jada then it forced Fab out of his game, and then Fab started to try to play more of his hard shit. But I'm like, Fab, you got some cool hardcore songs, but you're the smooth gangster rapper that the girls like. And Jada took Fab out of his lane and had him trying to go. It's almost like you and I trying to go head up and like and me trying to play against you with football, and I know you know the game and I don't. Like it was really, really cool, dude, how they did that shit. And I think Snoop,
I don't know. How do you really pick a winner? Because
well, I think it's for me, it always comes down to just personal preference, don't you think?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's not a consensus, and I think that's the beauty of this whole thing. Is just that in a time where motherfuckers need to stay home, they just created something, you know what I'm saying? They created something, and it's like you can participate in the banter online and things like that, and you can just feel like you're it's like creating a virtual place to be. And it's like it's pretty cool, bro. Like I can definitely say. And I don't know if you saw that they signed a deal with Apple.
I saw it streams over Apple, and it's a better connection and shit like that on
And it
Apple
looks better
TV.
too. Yeah. So, you know, so yeah, I think it's really, really dope. I really, really appreciated it. Um DMX though. This is the part that I wanted to talk to you about. So, you know, I love DMX. But
Yeah.
like, the thing about being like a star, I guess, I mean a mega star. You know, they love to keep showing that clip where he was rocking the red overalls and he was like, they panned the camera to the audience and it was a sea of people. You know, if you can rock that, you're at a certain certain level of stardom, right? But
Yeah.
told DMX that you can get canceled for certain shit nowadays. And Snoop, like the cool ass uncle that he is, Snoop is trying to push him away from. You don't want to say that. Like DMX was like, "Where the bitches at?" I was like, "Come on, bro." And then he was like, "I don't see no bitches. It's just one." And I'm like, "Oh my god, what? That's somebody's wife, bro." And like, you don't even know who this lady is, obviously, because I'm sure you're not talking about Alicia Keys. So, like, he goes from where the bitches at to, oh, it's just one bitch here. And I'm like, no. And then Snoop goes, they virtual, or whatever he said. I was like, dude, come the fuck on. That shit was so funny, dude. I don't know.
That's the perfect example of just because you give a nigga money,
Yeah.
don't mean that you change who the nigga is. Like,
yeah, dude.
that's just X. Like, and I mean, I kind of expected it because that's X. Like,
yeah. So you weren't shocked at all.
no, no. I mean, you got X. X already we know has mental issues. He told you that on his albums.
Yeah.
What do you say? He got something with extreme paranoia.
Yeah.
Something else. I mean, we know he is either recovering or looks like he's in recovery right now because he got weight on him.
Yeah, he is. He's in recovery. He actually maybe about a month. No, it's been more than a month or so ago now. It's been maybe 2-3 months. I just remember it was one of the first times I went downtown with my camera, and I remember listening to something that he had just checked himself in to a rehab. So it looks like, yeah, this is like you said, like a recovery phase, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, like fresh discharge type stuff. So yeah, man, I don't know. I enjoyed it. So did you? So you know, sometimes you scroll on social media. I saw Fat Joe talking to KRS-One, and you know, Fat Joe's doing a phenomenal job with all the shit that he's doing. Like he's moving into this like creative podcast space or whatever. And I don't know. I just like Joe, so I'm always rooting for Fat Joe. So KRS-One's talking to Fat Joe, and Fat Joe's like, yeah, LL Cool J, yada yada yada. And KRS-One was like, LL does not want this smoke. He was like, and I'm paraphrasing now. He's like, I will destroy LL. He's like, I got 26 albums, my G. I will destroy LL. And then it just cut off. Like, you know, they just put a snippet. So it's like, of course, you got to go back to Fat Joe's feed and probably find it on IGTV. But I'm like, I don't want to see KRS-One versus LL Cool J. I wouldn't want to see that versus. But I don't know. It was just very interesting for him to have that kind of smoke for LL. I'm like, I mean,
well, KRS-One he's one of the dudes that, and I don't know if he still does it to this day, but well into the 2000s, KRS-One was one of them dudes that he said it. He writes a rap to diss every rapper.
Oh my God, I forgot
every
about
year,
that.
and just in case there is beef.
Dude, I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I remember for a while he was really trying to battle Jay-Z.
Why though?
I'm like, but I just think, style
Why
versus
does
style, I wouldn't want to see
so?
those two.
Here's the funny part. As much as everybody says that Jay-Z is not the top dude, why does everybody feel the need to come for him if he's not the top dude?
Yeah, you know what? I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about that because I believe Jay-Z is he's one of my personal favorite rappers of all time. But I think I kind of consider myself like a little bit of a rap nerd. So like, while he's one of my favorites, he's definitely not the top MC. But to your point, a lot of people revere him as such. So, I mean, because nobody is really saying LL Cool J's name like that. I mean, I heard KRS-One say it, but I'm like, that's to be expected from him. But I don't hear nobody saying, shit. I don't even hear nobody saying Eminem's name.
Somebody, and it was just on Facebook, and I think they were just trying to pick an argument. And they were trying to say, like, he literally said, like, Eminem is better than Jay-Z. But his whole basis was he Googled the biggest hip-hop albums in history. And they probably went by, and I'm assuming that they went by sales.
Of sure. Yeah, of course.
So with that, like the top 5 albums, I think Eminem's name popped up twice or something.
Yep.
But, whatever. So like people started going back and forth with him, but I think he was just trolling, trying to get like people to go back and forth, because after that, like he had no substance to his argument on why he felt like Eminem is better than Jay and why Jay. Like, I think for anybody to say that he's the best lyricist, I think that's one of the ones that comes again to like personal preference. It also comes down to like time or era, or because you can't really say you can't just give a best lyricist title to just one person overall, because
it's kind of same thing as basketball player.
Right, it's always evolving. So at one point, Rakim was definitely the best lyricist,
dude.
Definitely.
So talk to me about your feelings from, because I know me and you both used to think this. Talk to me about how you felt when you went from going from knowing that Rakim was the best rapper of all time to stop believing that. Like, can you like just, what was that like process, bro?
It's kind of like, it's one of the ones where like it's when certain shit happens, you just can't deny that certain shit happened. Like, if you break your leg, you can't deny that I broke my fucking leg. So it's one of those things where like, if you want to continue this, like if rap never grew and it never evolved, then yeah, we can always forever say that Rakim was the top.
Right.
But because everybody shoots at the person from the top and everybody studies the top person,
yeah, man,
it's natural progression for somebody to eventually master what that person did and then add to it. So
yeah,
I think it was just part of like natural growth. Like, and like sitting in the car, like the first time I heard Jay-Z, I wasn't too impressed.
Yeah.
But it's one of the ones where it's like Jay-Z, and I don't care who tries to like disagree with me. Mm-hmm. Jay-Z's lyrics were going over people's heads because people didn't even hear just like the double meanings and all the innuendos and shit that he was saying in his words.
I think he was one of the first blatant triple entendre rappers.
Dude, like the nigga was saying
that shit wasn't not the basic triple entendre where you heard me say the same phrase.
Right.
Type phase, type like not that shit. The way Jay's triple entendres, I think he was the first of that kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Jay-Z was saying shit in 96 like, my words worth $1 million like I'm spitting over platinum teeth.
Yeah.
When everybody else is talking about bling bling.
Mm-hmm.
Or I got gold. Or I got the best bars. This nigga was like, my words worth $1 million like I'm spitting over platinum teeth.
Yeah. And another thing I was thinking about, it's so funny. So basically, what you're saying, man, is if I'm understanding you, is like, okay, yeah, you felt this way about Rakim, and then the more you heard Jay, you're like, oof, I don't know, this Jay-Z kid.
Right. Like, damn, like,
and
it was kind of like, and it didn't even just start with Jay. Like, I think the thing is like people, and we talked about this when we talk about like photography and like when we started like doing music ourselves, like the quote unquote gatekeepers of something, never want to let go of something because I don't know, maybe fear of losing their position.
Yep.
So like I think people didn't want to let go of saying Rakim was the best because
it took me a while,
it would force them to either like somebody else, or not be a part of the discussion of their favorite rapper being the best rapper anymore.
Yeah,
but I mean, because you got to think about Outkast hit when Outkast dropped. Because I believe Outkast, we were singing Outkast before we were singing Jay-Z, but nobody was like, we were singing the songs and the beat was good, but then when you slow down and you listen, to what these dudes was really saying. It's like, whoa, they not just rapping. Like, these motherfuckers is saying shit like that we didn't even know they were saying until you realize that, like, wait, this actually mean that?
See, okay, so you bring
like
me to
when you find out Players Ball was actually a fucking Christmas song.
Yes. So you're bringing me to two different points, right? So I'm gonna jump to Jay-Z, and then we're gonna come back to Outkast, and it's gonna bring me to another beef. So the cool thing about Jay-Z is that, so if for people that don't know me, that didn't grow up with me, like I'm not like a street dude. I never, you didn't even have to be a street dude to maybe like been around the game or the dope game or whatever. Right. And like I never understood why I was so captivated by Jay's rap career. Because a lot of times he's talking about selling dope, and most of the time, my young mind, I didn't know what he was talking about. I had to, put two and two together. But like, you fast forward through this adolescence or whatever, and that line, if lyrics sold, truth be told, I'd probably be lyrically Talib Kweli. Truthfully, I want to rhyme like common sense, right? That right there, he actually got to a point in his career where he actually did that. So to me, how poetic is that you can say, I've always wanted to spit this shit, but I know I had to get out of my circumstance to get to a place where I can then begin to call my shots.
And actually, and if you go past, you got to go one more bar past that, because he actually tells you that when he started, he was rapping like common sense.
Yeah.
Because he said I made 12 mil.
No, he said
20 mil.
5 mil.
He said, I made $5 million. I ain't been rapping like Common Sense.
That is right. That is right. That is right. That is, and he's right. You know why? Because you even put it on the shirt for me on 22 Twos. To all my people, when it ain't too late to come together, because too much black and too much love equals forever. That's early Jay-Z.
Yep.
That's early Jay-Z before all the platinum plaques.
Yeah, that's something that I think that's something he pulled from like his old notebook and just threw on Reasonable Doubt.
He did. He wanted to, and even how they put it in skit form. You know what I'm saying? Like you can tell this was one of those that, you know what I'm saying? So there's that. So I mean, I just think there's something to be said about evolution and growth as a person. And I think Jay-Z is one of those historical figures that, like, you know, we're living this shit in real time. But years down the line, this story of this, because think about it, we talk about Malcolm X in the same right, but like Jay-Z doesn't do what Malcolm X did, but to come from the streets to become something big.
Now
people ain't ready for that conversation though. People ain't ready for that. I know what you're saying.
Because now, like, look, like he
just ain't ready for that shit. Yeah, talk.
He built the platform, and then he took his platform to a whole nother level. He grew it musically. He grew it to where he can change his content. Because his whole last album, I mean, not even just his last album, but the last couple, there wasn't a whole lot of dope dealer talking.
Yeah,
you know, there'd be a couple bangers on there because you know you got to play to the crowd.
Jay-Z changed. He changed way back when Kingdom Come came out, and I loved that album, but people hated that shit. And I'm like, Kingdom Come was 444 before 444. Same shit.
Now you look at him. Now he's like he's using his money to fight social injustice and social inequality. Yeah, he took people mad because he took the job or took the deal with the NFL. But how do you make change if you're never in the position where you can be in a position to make change that actually is effective? Like, you know,
you gotta say that louder for the people in the back.
Like, I mean, like shit. Like I could stand outside of the house all day and yell, "Clean the house." But if I don't go in the house and start taking shit out that ain't supposed to be in there, the house will never fucking get clean.
Never.
So people think it was about money. Like, it wasn't about money. Before he took that job, he was already listed as the fucking first billionaire.
Yeah.
Or him and his wife is made billionaire. Like, at the point that I'm a billionaire, I don't need a fucking deal with the NFL. Like,
yeah, and it's one of those things too where you can get to the same place by taking two different routes. You know what I'm saying? And I think Jay's route to get to where he is, seeing what he's doing in the communities and seeing what he was doing back when nobody knew he was doing it, I'm not mad at that. Like that dude's legacy is solidified.
But, like nobody said nothing when he brought the Nets to New Jersey.
Nope.
You know, and they
had to Brooklyn, yeah,
to Brooklyn, and they had to tear down a popular project to build that arena.
Yeah,
and they knew that they wouldn't get that project without Jay-Z's influence.
Yeah, and they try to come at him for motherfucking Jay-Z's gentrifying the homes. He's how can you claim Brooklyn but you're gentrifying your own place? I'm like,
but so that's just that. But then what was your other one you were saying you want to come back to Outkast?
So okay. And I'll just say it.
I'm thinking JG just not gonna come. Is he waiting in the?
No, because I would see that he's looking to be invited, like that he's in the waiting room. But he's just not. Let me look again. I don't know. Yeah, I sent it to him already, and we put the link in there. So I don't know. You'll get in where you fits in, or you won't fit. So yeah, okay. So the first time I heard the word trap, mind you, if you don't know, we're Midwest based. The first time I heard the word trap, it was from Outkast on AT Aliens.
Okay.
That's the first time I heard trap. And then, you know, from there, just a lot of other things. I'm fine with T.I. saying that he is the author of trap music, even though I don't agree. But as far as owning that phrase and coining it, I think there's more evidence to prove that he is than he isn't. But King of the South, that's the only one that I have. Like you can be the father of trap music, I don't care. But I still, even though he has had a remarkable, illustrious career that's really unparalleled to a lot of motherfuckers, you can't refute it. I still, in 2020, have an issue with T.I. calling himself the King of the South when Scarface is from the South. You're nowhere near Scarface. Andre 3000 is from the South. You're nowhere near Andre. So
yeah,
it
but
goes
here's
back
the
to like
thing.
King of that era.
Well,
you're not the king.
No, because here's the thing. If I call myself king and nobody challenges me, I'm the motherfucking king.
He was challenged.
By who?
He had a few different beefs. He was challenged by Jeezy. Remember they had a little.
And how did that go?
I don't know. I really wasn't a big fan of him or Jeezy at that time, so I don't. And then also he had a whole battle with Ludacris, and I think Ludacris is a far superior MC.
He probably is, but
so like it was King of Atlanta, but it was like Luda versus T.I. back then, and I'm like, I heard one of those joints that like Luda was dissing T.I. on. I was like, oof. I don't know. He's never. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't feel it. Bun B is from the South.
Thing is that
8 Ball is from the South. Like, nah, bro.
The thing is when you start saying South, I mean the South is big, and I mean that doesn't take anything away from it. The South is big, but like I said, like when this dude, he's saying he king of the South. And you said he was challenged, but I mean, if ain't nobody making him stop say it, like I mean, personally, I don't feel any way about him calling himself king of the South. Like, you know, he can be king, you know, of Burla if you want to. That's really up to him, but I don't know, because you gotta also remember is that we only see the part of the music from the South that makes it to mainstream.
It depends, because we was on 666 before they was mainstream.
You gotta follow me though. So we only see the music part of their music scene that makes it to mainstream. That means makes it up out of
I see what you're saying. Their scene that makes it mainstream. Okay, right. I follow.
We don't know what happened on their scene to where, like, we don't know when he could have been the biggest nigga in the South with just not a deal.
Right. Which honestly, that's what gets you signed. So that could be very, very true. Yeah.
You know, and we don't know, and he might just not wanted the deals that was offered. Like,
that's a good point.
You know, because when he dropped, 24s, and I don't even know if you was listening to him back then.
No, when that song came out, I'll never forget it. I was heavy into my like neo soul hip hop bag at that time. You couldn't tell me shit, nigga. Like, and I had some neighbors that used to play that shit all the time. I hated that fucking song.
So to think, because by the time it got up here, you got to think. So, but by the time it got up here, it was big up here. Because I remember I was in my Grand Prix. I was driving to work. You know, and I'm
you could not
24s.
You couldn't go nowhere that summer and not hear that song 10 times a day. You couldn't go nowhere.
So you got to realize whatever he was doing then and before that, Rubber Band Man, all that stuff had to bang down south first.
For sure.
So we don't know, like, because we weren't down there to see all of that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah, 8-Ball MJG, but 8-Ball MJG, you know, I don't know if they still rapping, but they're not putting out new music, and if they are, it's not really relevant to the point where it's being like super popular. You know, Ludacris is dope, but I think when you put them two against each other, Ludacris had a fan base, or has a fan base, has dope music. I love Ludacris music, but T.I. definitely has the streets.
Yeah, I think T.I. definitely has the streets, and I don't think Luda does. I just think Luda is the better rapper.
Yeah.
So here's my thing.
But here's the thing with that one, like being better doesn't always make you the best.
You know what? You're right. You know why? Saying. No, I do agree, because I know we're wavering and jumping back and forth, but this topic of MCing and being the best means a lot if you really, really care. So basically, Eminem is a better rapper than most people, but I don't think that he's the best rapper at all. And I think too, I think when T.I. did that,
it's like, you ever saw that Nike shirt? It says, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work.
Yes.
Motherfucker outwork you. Like, you could be the most talented motherfucker, but I think a lot of talented people get comfortable in their area of expertise.
Yeah. So here's the thing then. So I think two things, because number one, I began to appreciate T.I.'s music from the King album, ironically, right? From the King album on, I began to really like T.I. as a rapper. Anything before King, I never need to hear. That doesn't mean that they're bangers. It just, for me.
But see, I was banging all of the early shit.
No, don't get me wrong. I know his shit slaps, and the shit that he did is so like. But I just think as an MC, so okay. Before I make this point, because I'm gonna go on a rant about how dope of an MC T.I. actually is that people don't know. Before I say that, I think what happened with the term King, because also Big Crit says that a lot. Big Crit says that, but Big Crit never got to that level of notoriety that T.I. did. And the thing is, they do songs together. So I feel like what happened is that term got watered down, and now nobody cares about who's the king of anything anymore. Like back in the day, the king of New York, the king of the South, the king of rap, that meant something. Now it's like there is no king.
That's funny, because remember, I don't know, maybe that. It's funny because you know what, whatchamacallit did that on the album.
J. Cole. Yep. So it's like, but here's the thing. So here's how dope T.I.
And he's technically from the South.
Yeah, North Carolina. But also Fonte is from the South. And I'm like, I'm sorry, T.I., you're not. I can name like 8 rappers better than you, including Devin the Dude. But whatever. So, but if you ever listen to this, have you ever heard of the Free Nationals before?
No.
So the Free Nationals is just like real groovy R&B type soul type of fucking group, right? And they got this song with T.I. on it. And I'm telling you, okay, the name of the album is called Free Nationals. It's by the Free Nationals. This album came out in 2019. So this song is called Cut Me a Break. I'm not going to play it here because I've heard like a lot of people that when you play shit, like the John B shit, he's not popping out, so maybe it won't get flagged. But that T.I. song that I just mentioned that I forgot already.
Cut Me a Break?
Yeah.
But you said Free Nationals.
Free Nationals is the album. Free Nationals is the name of the group. I'm telling you, that is the best T.I. verse ever. That is the best verse he has ever spit in his life. I'm telling you. And so when you listen to it, he's got this wordplay. He's got this rapid speed. He's hitting you with some double and triple entendres, all the while spitting with his fucking southern drawl, dude. I'm like, he blacked the fuck out. It's that's when I heard that one day I'm chilling. I'm playing Scrabble. Yes, that's my quarantine thing with my quarantine babe, playing Scrabble.
So I can't play that game, dude.
We listening to music, bro, and like
I used to fail spelling tests in elementary school.
Time out.
Hated them fucking tests.
Oh, dude. You said you can't play Scrabble because you can't spell.
Nah, man. I mean, I can spell like normal shit, but like Scrabble be giving you letters where you got to know like amazing like words and shit. Like
it is, dude. It's some really weird words, and like the strategy in which you play it differs with who you play against. Like, yeah, it's a thing. I
imagine playing that shit with a fucking spelling bee champion. Like they spelling words that don't even look like words and shit.
Right. And they're only they're only like 4-letter words. And like I've never seen those 2 letters in the same space ever in the world.
And it'd be like 50 points.
Right. Yeah. And yeah, because like on the Scrabble board, the Z is worth 10 points, but there's only like one of them. And then if you get a word going this way and then this way and then some other letters, like, yeah. I had a word like that yesterday.
Like I could play words with friends because it tell me when my shit not a word. But...
So here's my thing. I suck at those games because I am not a rapid fire person. I can't go like I can't. I have to like. Well, maybe this is a word. And meanwhile, you've got like 30 words, and I just found 2.
No, words with friends is like Scrabble because it's one word at a time.
Okay. So there's another one like that too, though, where you just gotta keep selecting word and word and word and word and word. I'm like, that's I don't just play ridiculous. That one either.
But yeah, words with friends is like online Scrabble, but it tell you when the word that you put up is not a word. So like
word,
like take that shit down.
Mm-hmm. So I guess this has kind of all been like the mellow portion of the podcast. I don't know if we have any drama, but we'll see. So, just a quick yes or no question. When they become available, would you get a COVID vaccination?
No.
Huh. Why not?
I'm not going to be a guinea pig.
Yeah, me neither. Into that subject.
Yeah. Like, for real, like...
Into that subject.
COVID is so new.
Yeah.
And it's still to the point where they don't really know everything. Like, they're still, like, figuring shit out. So shit that didn't used to be a symptom is now a symptom. And shit that was a symptom is no longer a symptom. And, you know, some people asymptomatic. And, like, it's not really going anywhere. I don't get a flu vaccination. I probably should. I don't get a pneumonia vaccination. I probably should get that too because I have underlying conditions. However, I don't really trust a lot of that shit. Like I got the vaccinations when I was a kid that I was supposed to get for a kid. I get the ones for my kid. Kids that they're supposed to get so they can go to school without any issues and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, play sports, yada, yada, yada. But COVID, I mean, like the shit just popped off in like October. You know, or whatever, last year, 2019.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're rushing to find a vaccination. Who they testing this shit on? Because it's not going to be me.
Good point, dude. So I'm talking to my sister, dude. So I'm out. Okay. I'm out. I'm walking the dog. My sister calls. We're talking, dude. And she told me that the mosquitoes got the Rona. That's why it won't go away. And now they out biting everybody. So
What if it's true though?
I was like, you know what? It wouldn't surprise me. I'm like, because remember when New York hit it? I'm like, of all the animals, right? All the animals in the whole fucking zoo, they only decided to test lions. Like all the animals in the zoo. Like, nigga, you didn't try to check an emu. Like, you didn't try.
You want to test the motherfucker that could eat your ass.
You didn't bother trying to test the motherfucking sea lion. You want to test, you know what I'm saying? It's like, who tested the lion? Joe Exotic? Like, what the fuck? I'm like, bro.
I don't know.
Like,
because wouldn't you think that they would test like a primate, because the primate is closer to the genetic makeup of a human?
I think they would have to do something. I think they have to go, and I don't know, we know all these different regulations and stuff like that because, that's where the whole Tuskegee experiment came from. So there's all these different laws. So it's going to be, they're going to jump through those hoops.
You're talking about I'm talking about as far as testing to see if the primate had COVID. But as far as them trying to test out the vaccine, they're probably gonna pay somebody some ridiculous amount of money to be a part of a study.
Yeah, and I'm with you though. I'm with you. I believe this first vaccination of COVID-19, it's gonna be the equivalent of the first lace front. So like, so hear me out. Check it out. So like, when the first lace fronts came out, right? That was a big deal, right? That was a big deal. People were like, yo, holy shit, like that's fresh. Look at the yada yada yada. And then motherfuckers are like, yo, this is the lace front, right? But now you look back at that first one, it ain't looking too hot, bro. It is not looking too hot, bro. So I truly believe that this first vaccination is going to be the equivalent of the first lace front. And ladies, if you're listening,
I don't know. And then I don't know if I trust anything that's gonna come out during a Donald Trump administration.
That too. Yeah, I mean, oh shit. So, I put it in the group chat. Did you see what he said? This motherfucker said he's done more for Black people than every president outside of Abraham Lincoln. That's what he said, bro. I was like, and like, so usually I don't, usually you listen to a show or a podcast and I'm catching a sound bite. But I actually caught like the visual, like you and I right here. And he had the most confident look on his face. He was like, yeah, I've done more for Black people than any president aside from Abraham Lincoln, because he freed y'all niggas. But I just hate y'all niggas, but I did shit for y'all. I'm like, man, that shit was crazy.
But he got Black Republicans that really ride with him. So
listen, we were just talking about Jay-Z. Him and Nas had a song. Stay woke, bro. You gotta stay woke. You gotta stay.
I'm just saying, G. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't really listen to dude because I don't like to be upset. Mm-hmm. I don't want his ratings to be up, so I don't want it to look like we really paying attention to him.
That's a good point too.
I'll watch like
very
the
good
rebroadcast or some shit or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know, dude. This fucker is like, I don't know. He's like that one motherfucker that everybody in class just want to whip dude ass. And then like if somebody do start the fight, like everybody just gonna like sneak a punch in.
Dude say he's just gonna get a kick. He gonna get a kick like right on the way.
Or like he try to run out the circle to get away from the fight. Everybody gonna push him back. Like, no, you just want to take this ass whooping, dude.
Yeah, man. I don't know, dude. Like that.
I don't know. I just think we're in a really fucked up position. Like, we got it. You're pretty much choosing the lesser of two evils. And we're used to that because that's been every election.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, at some point, even with Biden, like, you need Biden to stop putting his foot in his mouth. Like, look, motherfuckers gonna vote for you because they don't want to vote for dude. But
yeah,
you can't keep saying shit that's gonna make motherfuckers really second guess voting at all.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This shit really just makes me think, bro. Like, I'm, at this current time, I'm also studying public health, and like, what I'm learning is like, there are a lot of solutions to a lot of problems that like people have researched and yada yada yada. It's evidence based, boom. But like, things are not happening because of special interests, whatever. And I just think, man, when you think about a candidate like Biden, it's like, to me, Biden is the drunk uncle. It's like, I don't really fuck with you, but through our common interest, we're related. But it's like, I don't really fuck with my drunk uncle, bro. Like, I don't. So it's like, why the fuck would I like? You mean to tell me, yeah, I got to choose between Dumb and Dumber. That's what we have to choose from.
Because you got to choose between your drunk uncle. So are you going to leave your drunk uncle at the crib to watch your crib till you get back? Or are you going to leave your crackhead uncle?
Dude, this is expert political analysis. You just hit the nail on the head. Dude, that is it. That's it. I mean, we may as well just vote now. That's it, bro. You need to like make. So I started doing this thing on my IG, and I put it on the Melodrama one as well sometimes, and I just repost a tweet, and then I play Tweet because I like that song and she looked hot in that video.
I couldn't figure out why you was playing Tweet, but I was like, this song don't match.
It does.
This
It's Tweet.
screenshot at all.
It's just Tweet. That's all. It's just Tweet. And when you hear Tweet, what song do you think of? That's the song. And the beat slaps.
Right, but that's what.
So
that's why I'm sitting there like, she's thinking about taking off her shirt.
Yep.
This screenshot has nothing to do with Tweet getting naked
at all. But yeah, dude, I just that's a perfect analogy. That is literally, are you gonna vote? You gonna leave your drunk uncle at home to take care of the house, or your crackhead uncle at home?
Because you leave your drunk uncle, you come home, he might be passed out on the couch.
Right.
You know,
you might have
food
to clean
might
the
be
carpet.
gone or something. You might have, right. But you leave your crackhead uncle, ain't gonna be no TVs left. Ain't gonna be no iPads left.
All the butter knives gonna be gone.
Man, everything. So,
like, how come everything is gone? Like, all the butter knives and forks gone. Like, what? So yeah, dude, that's crazy, dude. So like, and I'm doing some different stuff to like help folks, empower folks, send folks, route folks to information so they can make smart decisions about who they're gonna, vote for and who they're not gonna vote for, whatever. But yeah, dude, I don't know. This shit's gonna be crazy, man. It's one of those things. I don't know, like.
So, and I don't want to like sound like a Debbie Downer, so maybe I won't say it. Like,
nope,
I'll say it. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to vote for Trump. I'm not going to.
Right.
I'm probably not going to have another option outside of Biden, and I'll vote for Biden.
Right.
But if I don't vote, I'm really not going to feel that bad. And I'm probably only going to vote because I know there's going to be other stuff on the ballot. But when it comes to presidents, I mean, honestly, in the 45 presidents we've had, how many presidents have actually really had our back? And I know, like, and I mean, we got Obama. And I'll even throw Clinton in there, even though people complain about the crime bill. But I mean, if he didn't do the crime bill, people would say he didn't do shit.
And I think you also mentioned on this show, I believe it was you. If not, I'm giving you the credit anyway. The Congressional Black Caucus also signed off on that too. They were down.
Everybody wanted that shit.
So it wasn't
because crack and cocaine was destroying communities.
Yeah, so it's like it's one of those things where it's like, you know, I at that point in time in my life, I had no clue about politics. I had no clue. I'm only like,
well, shit. None of it, like really, none of us did, because you got to think like the Clinton crime bill. Clinton got into office. We were like what, seniors?
Yeah.
What, he came in like 92? No, he didn't come in 92.
No, I think
because that was Bush. He came in
we
like
were
what, 90?
We were like sophomores.
94?
Yeah, we were like sophomores or some shit. We were like sophomores because I remember during the candidacy, I was I kept quoting Too Short because Too Short kept saying something about George Clinton. So I just kept saying, when I'm in the house, I play Clinton. And I think that was like my 16-year-old way of saying I'm going to vote for Clinton when I
right. So
yeah, man.
I don't know.
So yeah, but you yeah, I agree with what you're saying. It truly is voting for those things, and it's just fucked up. So
I kind of just like, and I know like everybody's shitting on 2020. I don't know, like 2020 is not the most picture perfect year, but everybody shitting on 2019 too, and everybody had a problem with 2018. Like, I don't know. I kind of just trying to, at this point, like I'm trying to just focus on the shit that is going right and trying to like keep, growing myself and growing other shit. So like 2020 is not the best. Like, this is a shitty ass summer. I can't go to the movies.
Yeah.
Shit like that. But, I'm just focused on the other shit. Like, I'm getting better on my photography.
Yeah.
Shit like that. The clothing line's doing well. Like, I've made a decent amount of money this summer. Like,
yeah,
a decent amount of money.
And your customer base continues to broaden as well. So that's
I got another project I think I'm gonna start. I'm not gonna put it out in the air yet. It's not that it's an innovative new idea that nobody's ever done, but I just know, like, in the area that we live in, if somebody's listening from that area, it'll become like the hot thing for everybody to do in our city.
Gotcha.
Because and I'll tell you once we're off air, but then once it's done, once I get to like the final stages, then I'll really put it out there.
Yeah, man.
And then this weekend has been my last weekend on like a fucked up diet. And even though my diet's not really completely fucked up, because I still, for the most part, eat pretty well because I'm a diabetic. I'm gonna tighten it down.
Okay.
Starting tomorrow. And I set a goal to lose somewhere between 80 and 100 pounds.
Word. Okay.
So I went to the store, got my veggies and shit, got my meat and shit, just, grill and bake, shit like that. Got my healthy snacks, my fruits, my nuts, my sugar-free popsicles.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Well, the thing is, bro, I know you can do it. I know you can get there. Shit, I know before I started lifting weights, you're the first person I talked to. I was like, what do I do? You like, what do you mean you never lifted weights? Yeah, I used to see y'all in the weight room. Like, yeah, you saw me in there. I wasn't lifting shit.
And for me, I know the diet part is not hard. The lifting weights part is not hard. I'm going to tell you the hard part and what's going to be the deciding factor on me hitting my goal or not.
Okay.
Cardio. I fucking hate cardio.
Yeah.
Like, if it's like, in football practice, doing it for the purposes of football drills, that was different because the goal was to be game ready.
Yes.
And I
So you
refuse to
can
be on
have
the
gain
field.
speed. Yeah.
Right. Refuse to be on the field and get embarrassed. Like, I'm the shit. I gotta stay the shit. You know, I was like,
You
T.I.,
gotta do the
I'm the,
cardio.
you know, I'm the king. I gotta stay the king. You
Right.
know, so doing football practice, that was that. Like, you know, whatever. But now the fact that I just gotta like make myself get on a treadmill and walk like 30 minutes, because I'm not gonna do it outside. Like, I don't like something about outside walking is just so fucking boring to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. My focus just don't be there. I was looking around like a little kid, you know,
No, I
looking at
feel
other
you.
shit. But on the treadmill, I can slap my headphones on and get that in. And I could probably do like 10 on the treadmill, 10 on the bike, 10 on the elliptical, you know, switch it up, shit like that, whatever. But I definitely got to start getting that 30 minutes in.
Yeah, bro.
And that'll be the deciding factor on me. Actually, that's the deciding factor on a lot of people losing weight. The diet with the cardio. Now, as far as like getting your body to look different, then that's where the weightlifting comes in, because you scoped your body with the weightlifting.
Yes.
I don't have a problem with that part. Like, I can go in and throw up massive amounts of weight, you know, on any given day, but
yeah, so
just the fat.
so the crazy thing is like when it comes to like I can tell you my saving grace when it comes to cardio, what it was is because, you know, when I stopped playing basketball and then my life changed, like my weight easily went up. And then before 2009, between 97 and 2008, even 2009, my weight would fluctuate. It would go up, down, up and down. But like my saving grace was truly putting my elliptical machine right in the motherfucking living room. And when I'm watching a movie, I don't.
And that's why I said Planet Fitness, because the TVs are right there.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro. Like, especially like, you know, if you get and you put your shit on, you're gonna watch your shit, and you know, I know you can put your headphones in or whatever. To me, that is. And you know, another thing too, especially at like, you know, with the gyms open, watching a game. Holy shit. Cause like, especially if it's quote unquote one of my teams. So like you find yourself going more like when the game gets more intense, like that shit, like I have to do things like that to trick myself. And it, honestly, speaking of like kind of eating right, I gotta give props to my lady. I be so busy. I literally be like forgetting to eat. And then I'm like super picky. So like she's like literally been holding it down because I'm like, this may sound really, really weird, but I need you to make sure that I don't forget to eat. So like she's been like really, really holding me down with like putting together like my, you know, my plant-based shit that I like. So that shit, that's also a good thing too when you got that support from motherfuckers like, yo, I know you said this is what you want to do. So you know me, I'm gonna hold you down. So you got this, bro.
Yeah. If I drop that 100 though, dude, I'm gonna be real close to like freshman, sophomore year weight.
Word. Yeah,
You
man.
know, and for me that'd be smooth. I would probably stay there. I probably wouldn't go no further down.
Yeah, see, then we just doing a rap video topless. Let's go. Let's go.
I'll do that shit now.
I'm telling you, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm telling you. So yeah, man. I think I've been doing I think I got into the place where it's like yeah, just keep your peace, protect your peace, and find something that you can do. I remember earlier on in this quarantine shit, I find myself making a lot of frivolous purchases. Just so I can feel like, I guess, whatever the fuck normal is.
Right.
But now I find myself like, okay, what do I need? What do my children need? And then I can kind of go from there. So like the last thing we can talk about before we close. I don't know about you, but I know for a fact I'm getting old as fuck. I love the grays coming in my beard. Here's why. My son is driving himself to work, bro.
My daughter has license.
In the truck.
In your truck?
Yes. And he's like, oh man, yeah, it's nothing. It's no big deal. Yada, yada. And like, we've gone a couple places and he's like, really good driver. Really, really good driver. And I'm just kind of like, holy shit. Like he just started working a few weeks ago. So he's driving himself to work.
Where's he working at?
Great Mac. They sell like I guess a gajillion concoctions of mac and cheese.
Oh wow, never heard of it.
Yeah, they sell a gajillion.
Where's that at? Where's that at?
It's in like the Menominee Falls type area. Cause that's like literally like less than like.
Yeah, that's right up the street
from my crib. So like, yeah, dude. So like, yeah, I'm like, holy shit. My son is driving himself to work, and then it's like it's only a matter of time because he's like a little bit older than baby girl. I'm like, so now it'll be just a matter of time before. And actually, she's kind of because she in the South, so I've gotten a picture of her driving. So I'm like, literally like the babies are driving. What the fuck is happening?
Well, Chesney got her license now, but Chesney was been driving since she was like probably like 12. Yeah, not up here.
A lot of time. Yeah, she spent a lot of time with family.
Yeah, she spent a lot of time in the South.
And that's what I heard. Like most of my friends that came from the South, they said that. They literally said that they've been driving since about, I kid you not, 12 is the first number that always comes up. Damn. Yep. I was a late bloomer. I didn't drive until did we tell that story on the last time it was just me and you on this podcast? I think we told a version of that story, but long story short, yeah, I couldn't drive. But now I'm a pretty good driver. I'm pretty decent. But yeah. Dude, man, so that's really all I have, man. Any parting words for the people before we bring this bad boy to a close? I think kind of because we are so used to kind of connecting and talking, like we've already passed an hour and it seems like we just started. So that's pretty dope.
Yeah. Nah, we good, man. I mean, anybody want to join me on this journey, this 100-pound journey, or whatever your goal is, and you friends with me on Facebook, hit me up on Facebook. I've had a couple people say that they wanted to like join. They was like, can they join the journey? It's cool.
That's what's up.
Whatever. So I don't know. I'll probably do a weigh-in tomorrow at the gym. Actually, I know how much I weigh because I was at the doctor like a couple weeks ago.
Okay. Yeah, man.
But I'll do a weigh-in at the gym and just take a picture. And then periodically as like weight loss starts, I'll post the first weight, and then the new weight, shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I'm not taking any pills and none of that shit. I'm gonna, do all this shit, do the old-fashioned way with, fucking work.
Man, that's what's up, bro.
Discipline.
Yeah. Well, you know me. I got you. I got your back, bro. So I'm excited. I'm excited for you. So, man, dude, the parting words that I would have for folks would be just well, actually, my parting words will be me telling you something. I did the first watch a movie that's in a theater from home. I like that shit, bro. I didn't watch Bad Boys when it was in a theater. So it might, and right now it's not like you can't get it on Amazon Prime or whatever yet. But I watched that. I really, really enjoyed it. And plus, Netflix is doing cinema style movies anyway. So it's kind of like what you're noticing now is how we've been brainwashed because these straight to Netflix movies are some of the best movies that I've watched. In even series. I'm watching Money Heist.
Yeah.
That shit's great. So yeah. So that I've been doing that. The next one I'm gonna do I got some quiz I got to take. After that, the next one I'm probably gonna do, make it like a date night, is the high note. That's with Tracy Ellis Ross and Ice Cube. So,
especially if you got like a nice little surround sound system hooked up.
Yeah, I gotta get something like that in the living room, probably like you know how you can get the bass one and all that shit like that. Yeah, I'd get something like that. Yeah, man. So that's what I'm gonna be on, bro. So, well, if you're listening, thanks for listening. This has been the Melodrama Podcast. This is episode motherfucking 37, man. And
37.
Let's see if this will work. And it is not. Let me see if I press it again.
Wouldn't that get flagged though? What you trying to play?
I don't know. So we'll give it a shot. This has been a Melodrama Podcast. And as always, we couldn't care less, but we fucking love y'all. Peace, bitch.
Peace.
So I'm gonna stop recording that and then stop recording this.